Okay, go ahead. I'll start recording and I will hand it off to Karen. Okay, from here, let me mute myself.
I'm going to try to have enough time if anybody has any Q&As at the end, any questions or anything like that, or if you have any tips yourself, throw them up in the chat, throw them up in the team chat, or unmute yourself when I'm done. I have my notes right here. So like, I'm just going to go through my notes, and I have some thoughts that I want to get out first before I get into like the whole switch it up part, but you're going to get that as I'm going into the notes. So I'm going to try to just read off my notes because y'all know me, I got ADD, and I will just start talking about cats at the zoo for some insane reason. So basically we have the same products and we're in the same company. We all use the same products for the most part. But our testimonies for what the products do for us is different. We are all in the same company. We're all sitting at the same table, but our timelines for hitting ranks is different. And not everyone hits every bonus, and that is okay. It is okay if you don't hit a bonus, as long as you are running for it, as long as you are showing up for it, as long as you are working for it. It's okay if you don't hit it. And I like the comparison, like MJ has been here for a year and she's an 80 freaking K leader. I'm not even a 4K yet, right? But that doesn't mean that she wants it more than I do. We're just on different journeys with different stories and different testimonies. Yes, I want this as bad as I want to, as I need to breathe, but I'm going to get there in God's time. If you guys know me, I'm a big faith person. God rescued me from my depression, so I talk about God a lot. But we can't rush our journeys, and we can't compare our year one to another leader's year one, because their testimonies are different, their journeys are different, what they're going through is different than what we are. But we can show up every single day for what we are passionate about doing, because what we do changes lives. And I'm living proof. I'm living proof that these products work. So, you know, when somebody tells me, oh, I tried Thrive, it didn't work for me, I'm just like, okay, found something that did, because I know that these products work, because that first day I put that sticker on my arm, it woke my body up to what I needed it to, among all the other things that I had tried. So when people say Thrive doesn't work for them, okay, babe, keep going. I'm living proof that this company changes lives because of the massive amount of success and growth alone that I have had since I joined this company, coming from the depression that I came from. Good Lord, Jesus, take the wheel. Another note would be weekly planning is essential. Weekly planning is essential. Like nurses, like grocery store workers right now. Weekly planning for your business is essential. If you can't make the Sunday planning Zoom, like we can't, we go to church. So, and then sometimes we go to lunch with people after church. So I don't make the weekly planning Zoom. You can watch the replay. And make sure you check the work with me schedule. When they post it at the beginning of every month, I write it down. It's right here on my desk door. I keep it right there. I check my calendar. If I don't have to work that day, I see what times the work with me's are. What am I doing right now? Oh, I got time to get a workout in before I hit that up. So make sure you check the work with me Zooms and you schedule at least 1 to 2 in your week. You do not have to overwhelm yourself with every single work with me Zoom every single day. You have a life. I know this is our business. I know we are building it, but that can get overwhelming when you try to cram all of that in every single day. You have to space out how you work with your business a little bit, but schedule 1 to 2 in your week, because they are vital to working your business. If you need an IPA accountability buddy, I'm on the fence on this. That's fine, because that's what being on a team is all about. We're here to support each other, but we can't run your business for you. We're not going to hold your hand through it. We're not going to run your business for you. And we don't want you to use that as a crutch. So though it's great to have a gym buddy to go to the gym with, but they can't lose the weight for you. They can't tone up for you. They can't, you know what I mean? So it's great to have an IPA buddy if that's goodness. I figured that was going to happen. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm like propping up my tablet here. Okay. So it's okay to have an accountability buddy, but use it to lift up and encourage your team, because they might be going through something and maybe they just need a friend more and they don't want to do it alone. I get that. Like some days I'll be sitting here running through my IPAs and there's not a work with me Zoom on, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. But it would be nice to do it with somebody, because sometimes that makes it fun, right? So it's perfectly fine in scheduling a day or two out of your week with a teammate for IPAs, or even just a one-on-one. Like maybe do a one-on-one with a teammate. It doesn't have to be an upline. It could be a sideline. You know what I mean? Grab a sideline sister and do a one-on-one if you have questions or tips or anything like that. Or maybe you have an idea you want to run by, a teammate that you're closer with than other teammates that you're in the chat with, before you go posting it in the chat. And you're like, I want to throw this in the chat. What do you think? You know what I mean? That's what we're there for. That's what being on a team is about. And I'm learning that, because I ain't never been on a team before. So this is kind of cool. Some people just need that encouragement push until one day they fly on their own. And that's okay. It's okay. Just, don't use it as a crutch, and don't, make it like something that you rely on all of the time. Don't be like, well, I can't work my business because I'm not on a one-on-one. I can't work my business because I'm not on a work with me. You can work your business. But it's just nice to have somebody to do it with every once in a while, not all of the time. So it is okay to do it. Just don't use it as a crutch. Our stories are different. Along with weekly planning, we plan out our posts. At least I do. And sometimes if I see my schedule, because I'm a part-timer, my schedule varies and fluctuate between Tuesday and Fridays. If I see a day that I have to work, I will plan out a full-on post. Like I'll write on a full-on post. This is Wednesday's post. There you go, with a picture for what I want to talk about on Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday, before and after, whatever, right? So, and then that just makes the week go by so much more smoothly and efficiently too. Now, maybe you don't post out your full-on post. Maybe you just write, okay, this is what I want to write about on Wednesday, instead of doing the full-on post, because I'm like, I go all in. That's just how I am. But I also work part-time. My schedule flexibility is a little more loosey-goose than, like, say, Amber's, but I try to make that work with my part-time job. So like a lot of people say, well, how do you work your business while you're working a part-time job? That's kind of how I do it. Like I'll take Sunday and Mondays, which are my definite days off, and I will plan out my week between creating content, taking pictures of my products, planning out my posts, planning what I want to post about, and all of those things. And it just goes by your week just goes by so much more efficiently and faster. And it's just awesome to be able to do it that way. We can go through the same thing, but experience it differently. So copying and pasting another leader's posts, which I've seen happen and I've actually been asked about myself, it's not going to work for your business. It's great to be inspired by other leaders, but it's not great to take their full-on post and put it on your page, because that's not just going to work. That's just not going to work for your business. Not to mention, as you build your own teams, people are going to see that you're not the same person as what you're posting, because you're posting somebody else's personality. You're posting somebody else's vibe. You're posting somebody else's testimony. Like Bree, she went through a depression. I went through a depression, but we both experienced it differently. So I can't go to her page and take one of her testimony posts and post it on my page, because that's not how I went through it. So your testimonies, even though you go through the same thing, are going to be different. So copying and pasting other people's posts are not going to work for your business. And this is where I'm going to throw in switching it up. Throw out your IPA list. Throw it out. You don't need it. If you're feeling stale, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're doing all the things and nobody's in your inbox, if you're new, study it. Study the IPA list. Learn what your income producing activities are going to be for working your business. Obviously, implement it into your daily habits. Find which ones flow with your schedule and which ones are going to be your non-negotiables, and then throw out the list. Because a lot of times we can use that list as a crutch. I saw the list on the team page and I wrote down everything. I wrote down every single one of them word for word as to how it was on the team page. And I had it right here by my desk. And every day I would get up, okay, I got to do this, did that, check mark. I got to do this, do that, check mark. I got to do this, do that, check mark. Okay. And it became impersonal and it became robotic. And that's how I was doing my business. And obviously that's not going to work. Honestly, if you've been here more than 3 months, you don't need a checkoff list anyways. You know your IPAs and what IPAs are going to work for you on your day to day. Don't let it become a crutch, and don't wait for a work with me to work your business. You have 24 hours to work your business from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, to just go in and do your engagements and throw up a post. And most of your regular IPAs are going to be one and done, like your daily post, like birthdays, etc. So a lot of you want your lives, your FaceTime on your stories. And your FaceTime on your stories doesn't have to, if you threw up a Thrive post on your page, do something personal, FaceTime on your stories. Like, my cat threw up all over me today. Has this ever happened to you? I don't know what could be wrong with them. Just throw up something personal, whatever it is. My kid did this cute thing, whatever your personal thing is that you're going through that day. So like, if you did a Thrive or a business post on your page and on your Instagram page, go on your stories and do something personal. That way people see, yeah, my life is about Thrive and this is what I do and I'm building my business. But guess what? I'm also a mom of teenagers that struggles every single freaking day. The attitude is real. So like it'll just become transparent if you're not putting your work or your heart in your work and your engagement. So don't let your IPA list become your chore list. You need to put your heart in. Don't let it become impersonal. It's important to stay close to the fire for fresh ideas. If somebody does a live, like Katie does a live, or Lindsay does a live, or Amber does a live, or Harriet does a live, if somebody does a live, even if it's a sideline sister, you don't have to just go to uplines. You can go to your sideline sisters and check their lives and see, what's motivating them, what's inspiring them. You know what I mean? Stay close to the fire for fresh ideas and inspiration. You don't have to copy another leader's stuff to work your business, because that's not going to work for your business. But you can switch it up every once in a while. Like, I'm learning how to post a little more boldly about the business by seeing how Lindsay posts about it. Because I usually just post about my story and how Thrive has worked for me and stuff like that. I don't really post boldly about the business, mainly because, I don't want to sound spammy, because I did network marketing before, and I threw up products all over my page. Like, hey, this is on sale. You would look cute on this, or grab this, you know what I mean? So that's like totally, I want to stay away from that. And I want to make it more personal, what Thrive has done for me and what Thrive can do for you. So like, going to other leaders' pages is great. Just don't copy it. And I'll write down, little tidbits. And then as I go through my week, if something like that happens and that's something that's on my heart to post about at that time, I will implement that into my story. So it's mine, and it's my vibe, and it's my personality, and it's not theirs. But there, I got a little bit bolder just by putting that one little thing, adding that one little thing to my story. So that's like, for me, I never know how to end it. I never know how to end a live. I'll talk your ear off forever. Like, I'll go 2 hours on a live. I've done it on YouTube, trust me. And I don't know how to end my post. Like, I'll come out with this bomb post, but then how do I end it? Because I want them to get in my inbox and I want to leave it open for them, but how do I end it? So I do go to other leaders and see how they end their post, because I'm just like, I could talk to these guys forever. I don't even know. So, but it's nice to switch it up every once in a while, instead of doing the same robotic thing every single day and not waiting for a new promo to post something different. Like, you're posting the same thing every single day and then, oh, promo, okay, here's something different, right? Because I know sometimes it can get repetitive, but that's what our fives are for too. So you can go into your fives, and your fives are going to evolve and grow with you as you grow as a person and as you grow as a leader. And just as you grow in your business and you're learning new things and you're trying new products and everything, you're going to grow. So your fives are going to evolve. Like, Lindsay's fives evolved when she had her kid, right? M's fives have now evolved. Oh my gosh, that little boy is so cute. I'm sorry. I love babies, and that's just a miracle. Like, I'm just so happy for her. So yeah, you have your fives to talk about, and it's okay to implement Thrive into your fives. Like, I'm a dog mom. I used to be the couch wife, the couch mom, right? And it's like, since I've started thriving, I'm taking my dogs for walks more, and I'm playing on the living room floor with them more, and I'm just more active with my dogs, and I'm more active with my teenagers, and I just have that energy to be able to do that. Whereas before, we was just kind of laying on the couch, and they was just kind of keeping me company. But now I'm more active with them, and I'm playing with them, and they're hyper little dogs, so like they need that activity, and having that energy to be able to do that allows me to do that. So I implement Thrive into my fives. So figure out a way that you can do that with whatever your fives are. And we are all here for each other if you need tips for something like that. Because as you switch things up, oh, no, went ahead of myself. So I had a thought of something that you could do at the beginning of the month. I want you to screenshot your medias, and I want you to have them in a little folder, and I want you to kind of like caption the beginning photo and how you're going to switch it up. Like, maybe you don't talk about samples enough, right? So you want to implement switching it up and talking about samples more, right? Because you don't get samples out enough. Hi, hello. I try to make it fun too. So like, with me personally, just a quick tip, I'm trying a new product every month, a product I haven't tried before. I'm implementing them in with my 3 steps. It's something that I want to do. I'm not just trying random products. I'm trying products that's going to go with my goals. Obviously, this is a nutrition system. I'm not just going to try something to try it. If that's something you want to do, you can do that. Or if you want to buy something with your credits and then do a giveaway, you can do that. Like, hey, grab your trial box and get this for free. I got Blast this month. I'm trying Blast. I love it. So I'm dropping a Blast in for free to anyone who grabs a trial box. And I don't call them samples because they don't get samples. They get regular size products. So I take the sample word off of it. Plus, a lot of people think samples are free, and sorry. But so at the beginning of the month, I want you to take that screenshot of your medias, and I want you to caption it with the date and how you're going to switch it up. So like if you're switching it up to talk about samples, and then go through your month doing that. And then at the end of the month, I want you to screenshot your medias again, captioning it with samples or whatever, however you switched it up with, and then date it as well. And how many samples did you get out that month for switching it up? Right? Like, how did that help? How did switching up your medias? Oh my gosh, I love your baby, Harriet. How did switching up to what you haven't talked about much to talking about it now, how did that help? Did people ask you about them? And just kind of take notes for yourself for how to run your business, like how you're running, like how you did that month. Make notes every single day. I literally have 2 planners. I have a business planner, and then I have my daily planner. My business planner is where I plan out my weeks. And if something happened, if somebody bought a sample, if a customer bought something or had an auto ship, like I put my sister's auto ship shakes on auto ship. I put her auto ship on that planner every single month. Like hers comes out the 5th of every month. I make sure that that's on there. So that reminds me her shakes are there, and I can call my sister and be like, hey, you should be getting your shakes any day. Stuff like that. So if you have customers that have an auto ship on, or maybe they haven't placed an order yet that month, you can message them, call them, follow up with them, do your thing. But at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month, take a screenshot of your medias and what you switched it up with, and if what you talked about helped, and if you need help with talking about what you wanted to switch it up to. That's what we're here for. We are a team. We all individually run our businesses, but we're on a team. So try doing that and keep those pictures in a separate little folder on whatever device you want. And as you switch things up, you'll find what flows for you and for your business. And in doing this, you're going to learn new things in growing your business as you learn more about yourself as well, which will help you grow and build your teams. And lastly, we don't all have, your IPAs are going to be different. Your IPAs are going to be different. We don't all have the same schedule. We don't all have the same stories. We don't all have the same fives. We don't all have the same testimonies. So just like copying and pasting another leader's posts, we can't and shouldn't copy another leader's IPAs. They're there for a guide, but that's a big list of stuff to do in one sitting. And I don't like to be tied to my phone, even if I do have a loosey-goosey schedule. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to be, I'm not a screen person, I'm not a tech person, but I love being able to run my business and I'm passionate about. So when I do my engagements and I do my IPAs, I do it with passion and I put value in leaving comments and prayers and stuff like that. So when you're putting your heart in it and you're not just checking something off of a list, you're going to feel so satisfied at the end of that 20 minutes or the end of that 30 minutes or whatever when you're done with it, right? So it's going to be so super amazing. So don't copy another leader's IPAs, because what they do for their business is not going to work for your business. Lynn's is a mass promoter enroller. Some are mass customer enrollers, and some can ship out massive samples in a month. So it's all in how you work your business for you. This business is what you make it for you. They don't run your business. So their IPAs are not going to work for you. You don't run their business, so your IPAs are not going to. I'd like to see Lynch try to do my IPAs and see if she gets anywhere with how I do mine. I'd like to try to do Amber's and see if I can actually try to keep up with that. You have to do it to how you work your business. It's your vibe. It's your personality. You are your business. You are your storefront. So it is up to you. They found what flows for them and their lives and their fives and their schedules. So when you're planning out your week, make sure that every Monday looks different. And I know we like to post about business opportunities on Tuesdays because that's payday. Hi, hello. But maybe make every other Tuesday about payday. Maybe not make every single Tuesday about payday. Or maybe switch it up and make it personal and what payday means for you now. You know what I mean? Like, just switch it up. You can't make your business robotic. You cannot be a robot and do this business. It has to have your heart in it, or it's not going to work. You have to switch things up to your vibe, your fives, your personality, and your testimony, because you are your brand and you have to find what works for you. And we are all here to help each other. And that's it.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was kind of like a recap on a lot of things. And it was very helpful. You said I would love to be able to do Amber's IPAs. Can I just tell you, you're 100% right that your IPA list will grow with you as you grow in this business. My IPAs did not always look like that. And if I'm being honest with you, some days my IPA list overwhelms me. Okay. I have not completed all of my engagement for the day. I've done one round of 10 minutes on Instagram and one round of 10 minutes on Facebook. Did I get my whole hour that I wanted to get in? No. Am I going to stress myself out at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night to go try to do a little bit more? Or am I going to maybe sit down with Sean, who hasn't seen me today, right? You have to, at some point, you set those goals for yourself, but you have to also be realistic. And the reason why I put that for myself personally is because I've been slacking on engagement. Honestly, I haven't been having a lot of conversations. And so I put that down there at the bottom of my IPA list to stretch myself. And some days I do it and I feel really accomplished. And other days I don't quite get it all checked off the list and I still feel accomplished. Okay. And so write down what feels good to you, but I will also say stretch yourself on the things that you know you need to work on, right? And maybe it is sampling. Maybe it is going live. Maybe you've never done a live video and you want to put that down on the list for this week. Maybe you are struggling with samples and you feel like you never sell samples because you feel like you're saying the same thing over and over again. Maybe you feel like you've never signed a promoter and you're like, I wouldn't even know. Can we just do something real quick? Like, if you were a sampler turned promoter, can you raise your hand? Okay. Stop stressing over signing promoters if that's what stresses you out, right? And get back to the basics and talk about why you clicked it, why you take a vitamin, right? What does it mean to you? And what does it mean to the next girl? And I feel like we'll kind of go into this a little bit more next week about maybe like providing more value to your audience and like what is the message that you're wanting to share. For me, it's I want to teach people how to live their life full out, how to chase true joy. Because I found out 10 years in being a nurse that, hey, you go to college, you get a career, you go into massive, massive debt, you never see your family. And I hated it, right? Until I found something like this that gave me like a little glimmer of hope of what I could create, right? And it's not overnight, but it's like, I look forward to my future now. Right. And so I don't have to show up on my social media and say that I'm like driving a Mercedes or anything like that. I just show up and I share that, hey, maybe I was at the hospital till 3 o'clock in the morning, but this is why I do this business. So that one day my nights won't look like this. And I won't have literally just sat down with my husband in bed and then ring goes the phone. Right? Because that's not living. So find out what your message is. Maybe you want to help other women through depression. Maybe you want to help other women through a fitness journey. Maybe you need your own product story. Maybe we need to do some behind the scenes work, right? Only you can decide that. Only you can decide what value you need to bring to your social media. And it's not going to be the same as mine. It's not going to be the same as Karen's. It's not going to be the same as Harriet, Kelly, Jennifer, Anne Marie. We're all different, but we all have something very valuable to bring to the table. I hope you know that. Okay. And we'll talk more on that next week. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.